People's journalism.
Folkets
Jornalismo das pessoas.
If I say people's journalism to you, what does that conjure up? What does that suggest to you?
Well, I would say that it's sort of more like a bottoms-up project, that the people themselves are speaking out and giving their voice.
People's journalism. For me, I guess that means opportunity for people themselves to express their views.
It doesn't say too much to me. It's just telling something that you are doing journalism among the people.
I think it's a quite new concept.
I think we all have a voice and we all have a very important voice and we're all participants. And for me, participant journalism says it's taking a local perspective, a grassroots perspective, which is something very important. I think it's very important to hear the voice of people. I think certainly there's a role for, if you like, a bottom-up approach, a people's journalism, finding out what the ordinary man and woman think about things. And I think particularly when Finnish media is still dominated by, a Finnish perspective, it's very important to open it up. And there are many wonderful, colourful perspectives in Finland, and particularly from a student body. And I think a kind of civil journalism is appropriate for the situation we find ourselves in Finland.
And they should be absolutely much more that people can do, make and telling the stories about themselves.
Mitä sun mielestä on Suomessa kansainvälistä?
Olen miettinyt sitä, että Suomi muuttuu, käymässä muuttuu jatkuvasti. Suomi asut maahanmuuttajat täällä Suomessa aika kuinka kauan ja mun mielestäni näitä muutoksia pelota meitä kaikki, suomalaiset ja maahanmuuttajat myös.
In your opinion, what is international about Finland?
Well, I think first of all, the world is international. So Finland is part of the world, and so Finland is international.
I would say that there's no question, no doubt about it. Finland is international. It has always been that, and will always be that.
It's always been international. There's always been a movement here.
What is international about Finland? We are. Yeah, I have like friends from Brazil, from other countries, and also from Finland. In general, if you look at, if you walk in the streets and you see people, I think, they look like quite serious and close people. But if once you become friends, I think they are quite open. They are not. You can have a relationship with them.
I don't see so much international in this country. Actually, it's very Finnish. So maybe I could say that they are people from different background. So you can see different colors, you can hear different languages. But to be honest, I don't see so much international in this country.
And in your opinion, can you tell me what you think is international about Finland?
I would say nothing. In the beginning of the 18th century, we were international. We have Swedish, German, English, Tatars here living in Finland. Then came period that we have our civil war and the Second World War, and then after that, Finnish people started to work really strongly together, building up the society. And when we were building up, or when the old people were building up Finland, I don't know where happened that somehow we started to turn inside to ourselves, and there's the place that we lost, so-called international Finland.
What about today? What about today?
If I say so, that if you look the streets, you see a lot of different cultures, people from different backgrounds, different colors. If you say that is something that is international, then fine. But if you listen to the opinions, what people say, what people think, then I would say that we have gone backwards, unfortunately.
And what would you say to those people who do not support the idea of international Finland?
Well, I don't know how to put this more correctly, but I think it's stupid. Because being international, it's the way the world is today. if you are insisting on not being international, you are not evolving, you are not moving with how the world is today.
I would say that wake up and join us.
Those people who are actually members of those parties, so they are also people who are actually, they don't have any opinion, but they're just following the stream. We live in this kind of Finland today, so I don't see that that is the kind of terrible or something like that. That is the way. We have something to do. We need to get those people to our side and to understand that this country is for everybody.
I would tell them to travel a lot. Travel and understand the world, see what is around it.
Finland is a place to visit. Finland is a place to live in. Finland is a place to enjoy. I think it's very important to underline how education plays a role, and by education playing a role, we mean certain values. We mean values of tolerance, of openness, of transparency. And Finland is always regarded in international league tables as a place where women are put first, where education is put first, where transparency is put first, and the fight against corruption. And I feel that's probably a certain set of values that many people feel in the outside world. And for me, that's one of the most attractive features of Finland.
Well, I mean, for me, multiculturalism is my identity. I understand that there are these people who've never moved before. They've always been in one place, and feel maybe they feel insecure. They feel afraid that the world is changing. So in a way, I would see it more like as the two sides of the coin is that there are these stable people who've always stayed put, and there are these mobile people who've been moving and living and going across the borders, for generations even. And those coming together and trying to understand each other, I think that's more the issue.
What do you think about the way that the multicultural issues are reported in the Finnish news?
I would say that media has made some particular minority groups more visible and negative way visible to the Finnish people in general. I'm not blaming anybody, but I see that media could have done a bit more nicely that part.
They could say more about that.
Very, very often it's the so-called Finnish people who are giving opinions in generalized. And I think that the media needs to do even more, dig up and out the multicultural people. They have a lot to say.
What words do you actually best describe, or like International Finland, what should be the key words that we should be thinking about?
Multicultural. Well, I think progress and unity and acceptance.
Yeah, I like the economy. I like the people. I think, besides they look sad, but they are very friendly, and they are very, and I think they receive you well here.
Oh my God! People, I'm just thinking about different kind of people. I'm thinking about the views, thoughts, feelings, colors, and just different people.
I think from the moment we accept a different culture, I think we become international.
Do you think there's a place for a project like People's Journalism in Finland today?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, in any society. So why not in Finland as well?